Sam, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
You doing all right? Good to see you too, man. Do I need to speak into this mic here?
Yeah, that's the one. All right. Sam is here with his band, and they're going to play Opry style in a second. So it is a kind of a weird setup. Why did you want to come in and play this more acoustic way?
Yeah, well, we've been shut down, all summer, and I have been a big fan of bluegrass music for a long time. Now, I'm not good enough to keep up with these guys, but I have my brother-in-law, who just married into the family, is a great picker and player, and he lives about 200 yards from my house. So we've been getting together during the summer and entertaining ourselves. He's been showing me the ropes a little bit.
Is one of these guys your brother-in-law?
Yeah, this is Mason. This is my brother-in-law.
Mason, how are you?
Mason Nolan. Yeah.
He was talking about his brother-in-law, and I was like, hopefully one of the guys. He's like, my brother-in-law taught me a lot. I didn't bring him today.
Yeah, he's here in the flesh.
You guys are going to enjoy. I was listening to Soundcheck. I think our audience is really going to love what you guys are about to do. But I was thinking about you because you put out Southside April 3rd. It was right in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I guess the front side of it. And I was admitting to this, that because there was so much news happening and we were all like looking left and right, and I didn't get a chance to really listen to Southside until about 2 or 3 months ago. And now I think it's like the greatest record of the year.
Oh, man, I appreciate that.
But I think, though, that so many people missed out on the impact of not just your music, but all music, because the impact hit a little different. Did you find that?
Yeah, we all had more important things to worry about the time that we dropped that record. But, I had taken a little bit of a break and had not put out much music in a while. So when we picked this date back in, I had tentative days in the past, and this was one of those times when it was like, okay, come hell or high water, this date, we're going to make it work. And then the pandemic hit, and that was before we really knew, I think, the trajectory of it. That was back when we were hearing that, here by Easter it'll be cleared up. So at that point in time, I thought, well, let's just put this. We may even still tour, so let's put this record out. And even if I knew what I know now, I think I still would have put the record out, because from there I've been inspired to go on and start trying to work on new music and make up for lost time. But yeah, it's one of those things that maybe it'll have a slow creep, and like yourself, folks will listen to it down the road, even if they haven't listened to it yet. It's probably going to be a little while before we get to play them live again, so people have plenty of time to hopefully tune in and check it out.
I was thinking about you, and I have a bunch of friends who work in the industry, either working at record labels or even artists that are doing deals now. And I don't know if you realize your impact on that, and that a lot of artists now don't want to do full records as far as a deal. And they're like, well, listen, Sam's putting out a couple songs at a time, and what you're doing is influencing other record deals. Do you realize that?
Yeah, I think that was inevitable. I think I was in a position to start doing that a little bit, but I think that was inevitable, whether I started doing that or not. But about 2 years ago, I thought, I don't know if I'll put out another record, and then I changed my tune on that a little bit, because I still appreciate records, and when some of the artists I like put out full records, I like to sit down and listen to a whole record. So I think it'll be sort of a hybrid. Like, there'll be times when some songs fit on a record or don't fit on a record, where you just put them out, and then other times, you'll have a body of work that has a little more continuity, and you can put that out as a record.
I have no attention span anymore. Well, what happens is I'll go through a record.
Right, that's a big part of it. And also, we have access to so much music. So you got, there's so much music out there. So you just give them nuggets at a time.
And let's say your record, for example. How many tracks were on this record, this last record, Southside?
I think we ended up with 12 maybe on there.
If I will unfairly listen all the way through and go, and that one's not for me, and then wipe it off immediately, even though I probably shouldn't have done that.
Well, yeah. So the old back when songs would grow on you, you listen to songs because you were listening to a record, and you skip to the next song, and eventually, a song might grow on you and it becomes one of your favorite songs, but now it's like you kind of get one shot.
Never give it a chance. Yeah. Anyway, Southside's awesome. Love it. Do you constantly have a song in your head, being the songwriter that you are? Is there always something up there?
No, I wish, because I'd probably get more songs written, but they come in little bursts, and I'm always thinking about it. I'm constantly like trying to, I wake up in the morning sometimes with a tune in my head, and I'll sing it, write it down, but 90% of what hits me as having potential ends up, not having so much potential. So you just kind of wait for those ones that come along every 2 or 3 months. A song will come along that I'm like, okay, this could be a song I could write and put on a record. But in the meantime, you're just like fishing or digging for gold every day. You just keep it up until you finally try to hit something worth putting out.
Are you still writing for other artists at all, or is it all when you go into a room, you're trying to find your next thing?
I've just been writing for myself because if I write for myself all the time, I'm able to scratch out a record, over a 2-year period, and that's about all I can manage. But I miss. Sometimes I get in my head and I got this bullseye of what I want to write, or and it gets harder and harder to hit, as opposed to when you're writing for just maybe somebody could cut this. There's a lot more options in terms of ideas. And you're not sitting there saying, "Would I say it like this? Would I say it like that? Or does this sound like me?" So I miss writing with a more openly with the idea that somebody could record it other than me in mind. So I'm trying to lean back on that a little bit.
You ever write a song, and it's a very personal song about where you are in your life then, but it's so long before you're going to cut it that you go, you know what, it's a good song, but I just don't feel that way anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Especially the songs that are like a little more honest, or it's like you're in a whole new headspace, and you almost can't. You have to remember that guy. What was he thinking about or feeling at that time? But
so you've sacrificed good songs because you don't feel that way anymore.
Possibly. Yeah, there have been some songs that I think are, and this is saying a lot because I put out some fairly honest, I guess, vulnerable songs, but there have been some where I'm like, nah, I can't say that publicly.
Sam Hunt is here. He's got the band with him. This is a very interesting setup. Do you want to introduce everybody real quick before we play? Do you know all their names? Because I don't want to put you in a bad spot.
We all just have met this morning.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy. Right. Except for your brother-in-law, because if that was only this morning, you're in trouble.
Wait, and then y'all, because we heard them.
They walked in and crushed it.
Yes, it seemed like y'all had been practicing.
These guys, they don't need rehearsal warm up. They just step up and go.
Wow.
But I've got everybody's first name down. Cody. Tell me your last name, Cody. Kilby. Then Gavin.
Largent.
And Evan.
Windsor.
This is Mason Nolan, my brother-in-law.
Greg Davis.
And Greg.
All right.
So hold on. Who brings y'all together if you're meeting? Is there like a Bumble for musicians or something?
So everybody in the community.
Help on that mic, Sam. Help on that mic.
Everybody in the Bluegrass community knows. They pretty much, you guys all know each other and know at least one person removed. And so I called Mason knowing that he's plugged in because he's playing jams. And I actually saw these guys play at the Station Inn about 2 months ago. With Greg's brother, and I just had a blast watching them play. So Mason knows these guys, and he was nice enough to reach out, and these guys were nice enough to join us this morning.
All right. Well, I heard one of them go, "It is early," and I'm like, "Shut your mouth right now. We've been up for 7 hours already." It is early for you guys, though. So I also want to mention, I saw Sam walking through the glass room talking to Raymundo, who is he's a stalker. Let's be honest. Do you ever see him on your Instagram posting things, or do you just not even like?
Back a couple years ago, I did,
he still does all the time.
I
Raymundo,
appreciate the love. I tell him that every time we come in.
Yeah, what he's wearing today is a flannel. Do you recognize that flannel?
Yeah, I do, because I remember he complimented my outfit last time, and so we sent him over a shirt and some shoes, and we talked. And we talked about playing basketball,
He's wearing it
but
now.
They shut us down.
I got the Air
COVID, so we haven't
Jordans
been
on.
able to get our hooping in yet.
Yeah. Well, Ray is your biggest fan, and when you were talking with
Appreciate it, Ray.
these guys were always talking to your band here, and I was like, Raymundo's in heaven right now. When you meet a man who is obsessed with you,
I love it because it takes some humility to say, like, because a lot of times I'll be playing a show and I can tell when like the girlfriend drugged the boyfriend to the show. And he's just got his arms crossed, and he doesn't want to show any sort of. He doesn't want to, he won't want me to know that he's got any interest in being there. So it takes some. I love it. I appreciate it.
Raymundo, he appreciates.
Well, yeah, I know he can't hear me, but
he
yeah,
can't hear you. Yeah. Okay.
Well, but does he? But maybe he has something to say. Do you have something you want to say?
Well, Sam can't hear though because you have headphones on.
Relay it.
Okay. Go. Ray, is there anything you want to say?
We caught up coming in.
Yeah, we had a great talk for 1 minute. The dude probably changed my day, my week, my month. It was awesome.
He changed his day, his week, his month for the
I
talk.
love you, Ray.
And he just got married too. So where does this
congrats!
rank?
Did you?
Yeah, me and his brother got married the same weekend.
He said
that's destiny.
Your brother got married the same weekend. It was destiny that you're friends.
So you're three. Hey, we'll all double date. I guess that'd be a triple date, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a stalker, but it's safe. He's a safe.
Absolutely.
If you gotta have
harmless.
a stalker, raise the one you want.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you have to
100%.
have one.
He
Fully
means
trust
well.
I have two things. One, we're about to play Breaking Up Was Easy in the 90s. But if there's any chance you could bring this whole setup back to St. Jude, we're going to do the St. Jude Radiothon. We'd love for you to come play. And if you bring all the guys, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
So cool. Let's write that down. Sam Hunt is in.
Put me down.
And then let's play Breaking Up Was Easy in the 90s. Not live. Here, we're going to play Spin It.
Oh, gotcha.
Save it for St. Jude.
We're gonna play it.
Well, save your fingers because we'll play it for St. Jude in a few weeks.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's play it now. Here's Breaking Up Was Easy in the 90s from Sam Hunt. Thank you guys. Good to see you guys. There they are.
Thanks,
Sam
man.
Hunt, everybody.